The textbooks that I read basically said everything in East Asia came from China. Taoism, Confucianism, pottery, painting, the writing system, you name it. It all came from China and spread out from China to China's neighbors like Vietnam, Korea, and Japan. And this is important not only for more correct understanding of pre-modern East Asia, but also what's going on right now. So the point here is that, yeah, a lot of good stuff came out of China. But not everything came out of China. Anybody who pays a whole lot of attention to contemporary East Asia will realize that Korea is a very important player. When I first started studying about East Asia and Korea back long time ago, back in the late 1960s, the textbooks that I read basically said everything in East Asia came from China. Taoism, Confucianism, pottery, painting, the writing system, you name it. It all came from China. Okay, sounds good to me, I thought. But then as I began studying Korean history in more detail, I began to become a little bit skeptical of this notion that everything came from China. I'll give you a couple of simple examples. One is in which he demonstrated that one of the seminal texts of Chan Buddhism, one that was always attributed to Chinese authors, actually was first written in Korea and then taken to China. That played a very important role in the formation of Chan school of Buddhism in China. And this sort of turned the existing interpretations upside down. One of the things that I can point to is printing. Of course, Chinese were the first ones to develop printing. Yeah. But what I particularly want to talk about here is movable metal type. We've all learned that it was the great Gutenberg in Germany in the mid-15th century who first came up with movable metal type. In the 11th century, the Chinese were developing movable type. They experimented with wooden movable type, decided they didn't like the results, and so then they moved on to ceramic movable type. Well, this notion of movable type apparently made its way to Koryo. The people in Koryo experimented with ceramic type. It didn't work out very well for them for complicated reasons. And so they said, let's do it with metal. And so in 1234, people in Koryo printed the first book in human history that was done with movable metal type. It was a book called the Sangjang Kogung Yemun. For the oldest surviving book that was produced using movable metal print, and that was the Chikji, which dates back to the year 1377 in Korea. So the point here is that, yeah, a lot of good stuff came out of China. But not everything came out of China. So we need to grasp the flows and counterflows of culture in East Asia and Korea's contributions to that. And this is important not only for more correct understanding of pre-modern East Asia, but also what's going on right now. Even though we all were sort of mesmerized by China's size and its rapidly growing economy, anybody who pays a whole lot of attention to contemporary East Asia will realize that Korea is a very important player.